Take a look at this Nigeria newspaper. That's where we start from this morning. But yes, as I said, Mr. Adeni Ifetayo joins us, media and public affairs analyst. Good morning, Mr. Ifetayo. Take a look at the big story on the front page of this Nigeria, and it's on the People's Democratic Party. It says, PDP, fresh crisis looms. Senior party leaders, zonal chairman, and others kick against Lagos meeting of southern leaders led by Oyo Governor Makinde. That meeting held in Ikeja, by the way. And it says, meeting illegal, conceived in bad faith. But Chief Bode George says, it's in the interest of our party. I will try to juxtapose this with what the FCT minister said. So, Mr. Ifetayo, is this fresh crisis or still the same crisis that has been playing out in that sense?
Good morning. Well, it has been the same crisis that have been playing out, so I don't see any fresh crisis loom, rather than if PDP know what is good for them, if you want to, stick to whatever that is remains of their party, they know what should do, they know what they should do. Just like I was listening to your analysis in the studio, talking about our Minister of FCT who have declared me this intention known from beginning. Let me use the word, you did for me, I did for you. You push me, I push you. So there's no gainsaying, try to rub somebody on the head. If you know you want to ease him out, just ease him out and face your business. If you know that you still want to manage it to see whether it will come by, I told you. And I'm sure PDP are not going to come out and say we want to support the administration of President Bola Tinubu. We are not producing any candidate, So, but it's just the same crisis, but taking different dimension. And I'm sure everybody have right of association or to gather together, whether in Lagos or Ibadan or in Port Harcourt, whatever it is. So they know what is good for them. They are just escalating the whole process. They should just make their intention. No, we want you. Okay, what do you want? We don't want you. Just ease him out. There's enough of anti-party, just a little one, and you say this person had been excommunicated or is out of our party just because he has contributed so much. If you said he does no longer want to jolly or make friends with you, just let him be, and he has his own right to his own ambition or whoever he wants to support.
Interesting, Mr. Adeni Ifetayo. Let's go to the next paper. This one, the Vanguard newspaper, something quite far away from the political conversation. Climate change, how floods worsen Nigeria's healthcare woes. Climate change, how floods worsen Nigeria's healthcare woes. The riders, havoc from floods, heat, unpredictable weather. Expert warn of deadly rise in diseases. Nigeria on environmental cliffhanger. Why proactive and inclusive policies are imperative to check looming disaster. So both the headline and the writers are not saying anything great. I don't know how much attention we pay to climate change beside the talk, Mr. Ifetayo.
Yes, most of the things that, especially our leaders, they are very good when it comes to talking, They made so much promises. We've been talking about the issue of flood, climate change, just for them to meet. They will conclude, but it's the act of implementation that we are still lagging behind. And even on a normal day, we've had a senator that died, a former senator that died recently because I couldn't cough out, I think maybe it was charged $15,000 just to continue a process. So not to talk when we have challenge because of a flood in Nigeria. And it just beats my imagination that it is only during the rainy season that is when the government will prepare to clear some drainage and all of that, and not just only to clear it, they will park it on the roadside. Once it's rain, everything goes back into the gutter, whatever thing it is. But it's just a pity if it's just a pity that if a old former senator, just like you said, whether you have a name, there's a way you'll be treated. If you don't have a name, there's a name you'll be treated. And this country. It's just double standard, but I see, I think it will be one of the defining moments for this administration. If they can tackle and give more attention to the issue of climate change, not just talk the talk, but you walk the talk, and that is what we need to do. And more support infrastructure when it comes to healthcare facility in Nigeria.
So, Mr. Ifetayo, I want to walk you through what's on the front page of a Guardian newspaper this morning, and it's a very interesting one. This is what we have on the front page of the Guardian. Alaafin versus Ooni. Old war path for new entrants. You'd almost think it's a movie or, an epic. But this is happening in 2025, and this is usually a conversation that some people stay away from. They just abstain because of the reverence they have for the thrones in that sense. But this has sort of degenerated. You had the spokesperson of the Ooni, responding to the Alaafin, saying this looks like comedy to us, and that raised a lot of eyebrows. This has been on for, centuries now in some sense. But what do you make of the latest one, the chieftaincy title that was given by the Ooni and the 48-hour ultimatum by the Alaafin to him to retract such?
With the respect to the throne and to their majesties, I believe they all belong to the same Nigerian Traditional Council of Nigeria, Traditional Council, Obas and Chief or whatever it is. That kind of a thing, I think something that they should have, I'm sure they should have their own numbers, or they should have reached out, my brother King, I think this step you're about to take, I don't think is in the right direction, or let's see, they can see behind the closed door and iron out, but also another, trying to issue 48 hours ultimatum, and the other king was saying this thing looked like a drama. It's just, all this thing are just an insinuation, not that is something we want to carry out. And I thank God that one or two prominent Yoruba leaders have said that he has reached out to both parties. It's just all interests of unity, progress. They are not on any war path. And of course, their body language, whatever you say on social media or on the media, so to say, might take your followers, to take a side with you. But I think if even Mr. President should, make a phone call or three-way call to them and say, what's going on here? It has happened before, but we don't want it to degenerate to something that people will begin to look at Yoruba culture or throne as something that is not being respected. But I'm sure they have their number. They can sort it out amicably. And it's not a show of supremacy or whose throne is higher or whose throne is bigger. It might send a wrong signal to other tribe within our nation.
Well, quite interesting. So we do not want this to degenerate in any form or shape, because these are very revered traditional institutions. In fact, they're technically paramount rulers. That's what you call them. Yes. Overlords in that sense. And these are very sensitive custodians of our heritage. And that's why we hope this doesn't go beyond what it is. And maybe there are persons who are managing their communications as well could do us a lot of good, because we cannot bring them. This is not politics, although there is politics in everything, but we do not want it to degenerate beyond all of this. Well said, Mr. Ifetayo. Let's go to Nigerian News Direct. This is coming from the president. Is in Yokohama, that's in Japan. Don't stay away from your country. Tinubu appeals to Nigerians in diaspora. Says negative portrayals of Nigeria discourage investment partnership. What do you make of it, Mr. Adebayo?
Yes, of course. It's just there's a Yoruba that say that no matter how long you journey into the diaspora, never forget home. I'm sure what he's trying to say, that if you have made so much impact in the diaspora, you bring that back home and make your own contribution. And of course, sometimes it beats my own imagination too, that there are some Nigerians in the diaspora, they demarcate Nigeria. They thought they are talking down on the administration, but it affects Nigeria as a whole. I stumbled on a study that said that I think Africa generally, they lost about $5 billion to negative reports or negative PR. So I'm sure Nigeria will take a chunk of that. So it's not good for us. It's a good one, telling them, yes, if you are making wave here, see how you can come back and contribute. And talking down on your country is not only portray Nigeria in a negative or in a bad light, it also reduce a kind of investment or discourage investor from coming. And most of these things sometimes is something you can come up, not just talking down about your country, but also profile solution. I believe in two ways. Don't just say, yes, you are doing this thing bad, but you can do it this way to make it better. So that's, for me, is a good one. I'm telling them, come back home, come and support. And if you are doing this, please reduce it so that it affects us back at home.
Okay, so if you take a look at New Telegraph, Mr. Fetayo, when you talk about back at home, this is an issue that keeps affecting us. It's almost perennial, and it's ASUU. And this goes all the way back to a 2009 agreement. And ASUU is threatening fresh strike, says that federal government has destroyed trust, rejects government's loan scheme, criticizes approval of new private varsities, and Nelfund restricts upkeep loans to academic sessions. So that came through on the side from Nelfund, saying, well, the upkeep you get is only for when you are in session. So when you're not in session, no more upkeep. You're not our responsibility anymore. You're your guardian's responsibility. But the big story is ASUU threatening fresh strike. It looks like this government has found a way around, industrial actions in the past 2 years at least. So do you see this being resolved, particularly because it goes all the way back to 2009?
Whoever take over as a business, you take over both liability and assets. So whatever part they had, the federal government has had in the past, whether in 2009 or 2 years ago, whatever it is, and the new administration must take responsibility for it. Governance is a continuum, and because of what federal government has done, like they said, they have said that federal government has destroyed the trust. You say you are going to do ABC, and when it gets to your turn, you are changing the goalposts. I don't think it's okay. And they said that whatever that is good for the goose is also good for the gander. You are saying you will only be entitled to your allowance or whatever it is. It's only when you are in session. I'm sure our senator, governors and all of that, whether in session or not in session, whether there's a break or not break, they get even, we are even talking about they want to review it upward now. So if you are enjoying that, and our education sector is very key, it's very critical, why can't you extend that gestures to them? So much to say for them, at least whoever that is looking for a friend must show himself friendly. Also saying that it's just a pity that where two lions fight, it's only the ground that suffers, which is the student, whatever it is that is going on. But I just pray that this government put its house in order and give them whatever agreement they had, in the past. If you can meet up your own whatever remuneration or whatever package as an office holder, why not extend the same gesture to our lecturer, to ASUU, so to say?
Okay, particularly now that the RMAFC is even proposing that the salary of political office holders be increased.
Exactly, be reviewed, exactly.
So we'll see how this plays out, because our education sector is a very vital one if we want to develop as a nation. But that's it with a look at the front pages, Mr. Fetayo. It's going to be an interesting weekend and the coming week. Okay, until we need to take just one more, that is a Daily Independent.
So since we have more time to take one more, let's go to Daily Independent. That has to do with the politics as well. We've spoken about this. Maybe let's see how they look at it. Lagos meeting, this meeting in Lagos that is causing trouble. Makinde dispels claims of crack in southern PDP. Throws shade at Wike. I won't go into gutters with him. Southern PDP didn't disown stakeholders meetings. PDP says the centers are being sponsored to mislead the public. You see, that means there's a lot more coming as far as this conversation is concerned. But if you were to speak to the PDP, they have barely 2 years or less, because this is already August 2025. By sometime around February or so, January, February, latest March, the timetable for the 2027 presidential election will be out from INEC. So whatever is being done now has to be, they have to put their house in order. What do you make of this?
Yes, it's very simple. I think one of them should be able to ask a bold question in one of their meetings, whether in Lagos or whatever it is, and say that we want to know, is FCT minister is still with us, or his action, does it mean that he has engaged in anti-party? So if it is yes, can't we ease him out so that we know where we are going? All these talking back and forth, we are having meetings. Just like I said, there's nothing bad in holding meeting, whether at the regional level or national level or at the state level. It's still part of a consultation, whether it happens in Lagos or elsewhere. But there's someone, among them should be able to ask a bold question or make a statement. From today, so person ceases to be our member based on A, B, C, and D, or we still want to bring him into our fold. It's as simple as that. So to me, I don't take them seriously if they want to put a fight. It comes to a serious fight. When I mean serious fight, as in they want to show off when it comes to 2027. So, and for Nigerians to take them seriously.
So there you have it. A look at the front pages. I really hope Nigerians are paying attention to all that is playing out, because sometimes, because you're faced with plenty of things, you tend to lose sight of these things and then we forget. But Mr. Adeni Fetai, we have to thank you so much for your time, as always, and wish you a great weekend. I know for newsmen, you won't have a weekend because you're also following the news, but at least a semblance of a restful one. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. It's my pleasure to join from Warri here.